maybe from members of NAMA or FAN or whoever that was responsible for such embarrassment to demand apology from them. It's a politics, because what would have been the reason? Even when the captain of the chopper told us that we fulfill all righteousness, we pay the landing fees, we pay the aerodrome fees and all that. So what would have been the reason that it will be granted? You know? And so the governor couldn't make the appointment.
This aircraft happened to be at the State House. It was on ground for 55 minutes. 55 minutes before it was advised as a pilot to come down to Benin for clearance. The safety and security related issues raised by our men on Friday at Benin Airport vis-a-vis filing of flight plan and passenger manifest had no political undertone, but purely an aviation matter bordering on rules and regulations. Basically, as a matter of rules, we need to know where the aircraft was going, who and who were on board at that time. When this is not done, there will be delays. While perfecting your documentation at the point of departure is very obvious. When you don't do the right thing at the right time, you can't go on time. NAMA is a safety-driven, as safety does not respect status. Whether you're a governor, whether you're an emir, whether you're Oba of my town, it doesn't. So what is applicable to ordinary citizens is applicable to babies, because accident does not discriminate when it happens.
Well, the last may not have been heard about the grounding of aircraft linked to Nigerian governors. This time, it's Governor Adams Oshiomhole of Edo State. At the receiving end, now reports revealed that the Nigerian Aviation Management Agency, NAMA, recalled and grounded the OAS helicopter in which the governor was flying. Now, after what happened with River State Governor Rotimi Amechi, some are already reading political undertones in the action. But the aviation authorities say they were simply performing their duties. Well then, to examine the significance of the grounding of Governor Oshiomhole's helicopter, we're now being joined by a legal practitioner and public affairs analyst, Mr. Ikechukwu Ikeji.
Thank you for having me, Charles.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, and not forgetting that we also have with us here Senator Adeshe Ogunlewe. Well, Senator Ogunlewe has been on set for a while now, but then now that you are here, well, the grounding of Governor Oshiomhole's helicopter is another episode in this issue of political battles being fought in the air. Yes. Okay, first it was Governor Amechi with his problem with his own party, and now Governor Oshiomhole, of course, who we know has been a very staunch member of the opposition. Exactly. So the aviation authorities say they were following procedure, but then others will say, look, political battles have shifted from the ground to the air now. Now, what's your take on that?
Well, my take on that is that it's a political miscalculation on the part of those that attempted to ground that helicopter. Now, you want to ask if there are different rules between helicopters and aircrafts, because helicopters fly and fly and fly. You remember Patrick Aziza and Patrick Yakowa's death. You remember that we were told that the helicopter that crashed and killed them flew close to 11 times. And so you want to ask, were all those procedures that they are insisting on presently, were all those procedures met? So I think that the political terrain is offering itself to baselessness. It has offered an opportunity for the public to know exactly that they are bereft of ideas on how to lead Nigerians forward. You see, where you see an opposition, and you know that ordinarily, if such a thing happens with an ordinary citizen, you may not hear about it. You have to be careful as a ruling party. You have to be very careful. You have to know that any little mistake you make, you would be giving your opponent a media advantage. And that is what has happened. Rightly or wrongly, even if they attempted to ground it, they have made a political miscalculation. And they have to look for a way to repair it. And I want to say something that there is no doubt, no matter the extent they go in denying it, there's a political undertone to it.
Interesting. Well, Senator Ogunlewe, the People's Democratic Party is your party, and of course all the accusing fingers will definitely be pointing in the direction of the PDP, whether in the case of grounding Governor Michi's aircraft or grounding Governor Oshiomole's helicopter. So, is this where the People's Democratic Party has shifted its battlefront now to the air?
Well, it's funny to me. The helicopter does not belong to Governor Oshiomhole. It's a private helicopter.
Absolutely.
And
let's not
when
forget
we want
that
to fly,
the personality flying in that aircraft.
it doesn't matter if you are in an aircraft. You have no responsibility for the safety of the country or the safety of the aircraft. It is the pilot. So it is the pilot we should ask what happened. So it is not Oshiomole's matter because it was not the pilot and it's not the owner of the helicopter. So there are rules. I am not talking about Nama or something. I'm just saying there must be rules that have been flouted. But we should not encourage this sort of, carelessness in the air. As he said, when Aziza and Dakova died, there was indication that the helicopter have flown for 11 times, which was too much. Maybe if the regulation was available at that time, they could have checked how often the helicopter has flown and stopped it from flying. Flying is dangerous. Even if you are driving, you must have a manifest. You must have an approval. Even to travel in ABC bus now, you must have a manifest that would indicate what you are carrying in case of accident, in case of problem, to identify what. They even give insurance. So my appeal, it's not to the public should not
yes, but you see,
blow this thing.
The strange thing in this matter, Senator, is that this helicopter was already airborne before it was ordered back to ground, before it was ordered back to the helipad. And it's actually strange that all these safety procedures have to be observed before an aircraft is cleared to fly. And to all intents and purposes, it was cleared to... otherwise, the pilot wouldn't just take to the air like that. So how come... doesn't it strike you as being very strange when an aircraft carrying a governor is...
The political implication, insinuation may be limited because we are not privy to the documentation. I'm not ruling it out, but I'm just saying let us be experts first, professionals. If the pilot